First, they're heroes, the millions of U.S. soldiers that have marched off to war on a government whim. Then, on their return, abandoned souls.
They come home and see the truth about what they've been asked to do. And I think this current glorification of the troops can't hide the reality of what happens when these young kids, women and men, come home. And they are the real truth tellers.
It is often an unexpected truth. Many U.S. war veterans come from simple places like this one, often not the best off neighborhoods. Some are following a dream, others are lured in by promises of a better life. But there are also those that sometimes join the military because they don't have any other economic choice. And what many people don't realize is that American women can also fall into that category. Women like Churkina, a mother of two, homeless, disabled, her children lost in a custody battle. She served America for 3 years.
They pretty much tell you that in the beginning that, you know, it's going to be so glamorous. The money is not as great as they say it's going to be. It's not any more than what I'm making now. And when you get out, it's kind of, you know, difficult.
In a glimmer of hope amidst a daily fight for survival, she's in the process of moving into this temporary home provided by a local shelter. To Churkina, America's wars are not worth the pain they cause.
I mean, a lot of lives were lost for no reason. In the beginning, it was weapons of mass destruction, but there was no weapons of mass destruction, so a lot of lives could have been saved. A lot of people could still be here.
Women make up 14% of America's armed forces. Officially banned from direct combat, they increasingly end up in it, playing a more active role in America's warfare than ever before. More than 230,000 women have served in Iraq and Afghanistan in the last 10 years, with few welcome mats set to receive them on return. While veterans like Churkina suffer neglect and physical disability, others are tormented by demons, like Jessica Goodell, who spent 8 months in Iraq collecting and sending home the bodies of fallen Marines.
I couldn't leave my apartment. You know, I didn't have friends, I didn't talk to anybody. And a lot of it you can't deal with. You don't deal with it, so you keep pushing it back.
Alcoholism, drug abuse, and depression are widespread. Post-traumatic stress disorder affects the overwhelming majority of today's veterans.
There are some estimates of hundreds of thousands. I actually think it's much more than that. In my opinion, anyone who stepped foot inside of Iraq or Afghanistan, somewhere around 90% of them are suffering from PTSD.
Do you think that if Chelsea Clinton, if Alexandra Pelosi had their arms or legs blown off in war, that they would be doing more for the veterans? Do you think there would be different treatment? Of course there would.
Instead, there are an estimated 100,000 veterans homeless on any given night, 1/3 to 1/5 of the homeless population in America. A minority are female, 5%. They often keep their plight to themselves.
The military is trained to have a very, what they call a tough mentality. And we've been taught, at least what I was taught, was that what we experienced, we should keep it to ourselves, and that it's no one else's problems, and that we need to bear it.
But how much is too much? Obama has vowed to eliminate veteran homelessness by 12/15, but
I don't see him doing any more than President Bush really did, to be honest.
Anything but an end to wars would be a Band-Aid on a wound that requires a tourniquet to stop bleeding. Anastasia Churkina, RT, Gary, Indiana.